Hello everyone and welcome to Alan's World Extra. Today we are looking at the Nerf Mega Centurion. Okay, so the Nerf Mega Centurion, this is a high caliber Nerf Elite from the Nerf Elite series. It uses the Mega darts, which are sort of quite a big, substantial size difference between the normal ones. You know what I should have done? I should have bought another one. 2 secs. Okay, I'm back again. Yeah, so you can see there the difference between the two darts, the difference in height and also difference in diameter as well. Why is this not focusing on? Why focus on? This camera is really playing up recently. For some strange reason, it's not auto-focusing. Do you know why? That's because I've got the image stabilizer off. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, so you can see the difference because you can actually fit the little ones into the big ones, sort of on there. So it takes these sort of darts on here. So therefore, it has to have a bigger magazine. This is a, as I said, is a high caliber blaster. It can fire. It says out of the box from new, it can fire those darts up to 100 feet. Sort of on here. So likewise, I always test them with a range sort of down here. I do that near the end of actually the testing itself. But the blaster itself, it's quite a long blaster. It measures 2 seconds. Let's measure. It measures. It measures 110 centimeters, so 1 meter 10 centimeters in length. That's quite a lot for a blaster. Also, for us as resellers, it's quite annoying to package as well, because unlike most of the large blasters, you can take them apart, you can take the front barrels off and that sort of stuff. With this one, I've looked all over it. It doesn't seem to be you can split up the front barrel from this whatsoever, other than taking it apart and descrewing it. So bit of an issue when we're trying to resell it sort of on here. It has a double spring mechanism inside it, so when you cock it, so if I take the magazine off at the moment, so to remove the magazine, there's a little release catch on there. With most of the blasters, you need to cock it before you can remove the magazine. For some reason, I can actually take this one off sort of on here. I don't know if it's an issue. No, I haven't worked if it's broken or not. I haven't actually fired it yet, but I found with this blaster I can remove the magazine with it cocked or uncocked. Most of them you can't remove it at all. So once I remove the magazine, I'll just show you. So to cock it, it's all the way back, so it's quite a big cock, and you push it all the way forwards, and then it has a double spring. Basically there's like 2 springs inside there. Because it's such a big blaster, it needs to fire first. So you hear the cock and you hear it fire twice. Yeah, so just yeah. Yeah, so you got the first spring here, then there's like another spring what helps it propel sort of further off. So that's how it's going to give that 100 foot sort of range. When it came out of the box new, silly planes, wait for it to go across my head. So when it came out of the box new, it came with the blaster, the magazine, 6 darts, and what they call them whistler darts. So if you've got the official ones, when you're firing down the air, they make a whistling noise to let people know they're coming. Now, sort of on there, 6 darts, and it also came with a fold-up bipod, which sits on the front here, and the legs got to pop down one either side. So I don't actually have a fold-up bipod for this blaster, so I'll be selling mine incomplete for once. I usually try to do it always complete, but due to the size of this, I always want to get it out and sort of on here. So I'm going to sell it without the bipod, but in this condition without the bipod I'm still looking at $29.99 plus postage on top of it. If I had the bipod sort of thing on here, I could be pushing it up to about 35, 36. I'm going to always sell mine with I'm going to sell mine with 12 darts. It does meant to come with 6. I might as well put 12 darts with it. I've got loads and loads in there. I get them from China for pennies, so I thought I'd just give it on there itself. But other than that, there's not really too much to this blaster. So all I'm going to do now, I'm going to load up my last dart. All I have noticed though is when you're loading the darts up, because because they're larger ones, when you're trying to load it up properly, as most people try to load it up and try and push it down, what you're going to do, you're going to squish and damage the heads of the darts. So the simple way how I found out to do it is to push them down, hold them down, and then slide it into itself. Yeah, it makes it so much easier when you're trying to load it, instead of trying to force them and you're going to damage the darts. So these are brand new darts out of the packaging, never been fired before. So I'm going to stand on my line here. It's for 22 foot between me and the first post, and then I've got a tape measure between the second ones, and I'll move the tape measure further forward if I need to. So I've got 44 foot between me and roughly sort of the post over there. This thing says it can fire 100 foot out of the box. So let's see what's going to happen inside the garden. Definitely not 100 foot. Okay, that one went to near the end of the garden. So you're looking 22, 44, 60 odd foot that one flew. When they say 100 foot as well, they usually mean sort of if you fire like this, up in the air, you go up and over. No one fires like that in the army, sort of thing. So aim shots, I always fire flat trajectory. So when I list them onto my listings, I always put this information on. I always say the lowest shot, the highest shot, and the mean point of impact. The mean point of impact where the average sort of ones land, sort of on here, and I fire at a flat trajectory so people know I'm firing straight. So this third one, 4. That one's whistles. They're actually whistling. So these are ones which I bought from China, and they're whistling. How cool is that? You hear that? I'm going to fire one back towards the camera a bit and see if you can hear it. That's it, right. So that is all those. So I'm going to quickly go off and check how far they've flown, and then what I might do, I'm going to bring the blaster down here, and I'm going to fire some past the camera just so you can hear that whistle. So the lowest one is about 35 foot. The highest one's 60 foot. My mean point of impact around here, she's about 44 foot for the mean point of impact. So I'm going to load a couple of these darts up and fire them back towards you. Okay, I hope that camera picked that one up. That concludes the test of the Mega Centurion. Thanks for watching. If you like these sort of things, put the comments down below. Any sort of information you might have on any of the blasters, or if you want to know anything about any of the blasters. But thanks again, and I'll see you later on. Bye for now.